The following is paid for by the People's National Party.
Dopey stories and lies.
We managed this economy during the worst economic period in the history of the modern world, and we didn't lose any jobs.
Dopey stories.
In 15 years, the country didn't grow under the PNP.
Dopey stories.
In 1989, the dollar was 5 Jamaican to 1 US. When we take it back, it was 90 to 1.
Dopey stories. Anything I talk, I back it up with facts. Dopey stories and lies.
Dopey stories. Lay them to rest. Now is the time. Now is the hour. Vote PNP.
The proceeding was paid for by the People's National Party.
A major difference between the PNP and JLP strategies is that we prioritize investment in human capital through education, training, and programs to get youth at risk back on track, while this government is prioritizing building a brand new parliament for us politicians to make speeches in. Meanwhile, expenditure on education, or I should say on the delivery of instruction, i.e. teaching, at pre-primary, primary, and secondary schools has declined in real terms over the past 6 years.
Time come for a change. That's what the world has said right now. Time come for we put out these labor rights once and for all. Time come for Jamaican pick up back the pieces after the Jamaican Labour Party wreck the country. Time come for us all to prepare ourselves to go out and vote against the Jamaican Labour Party that is destroying this country. To vote against demonism. Vote against all of the nastiness them. All of the corruption where the Jamaican Labour Party promote. We are going to vote against it once and for all. So people, Damian Crawford make Cliff Hughes look like a big old fool man on his own radio station. Damian Crawford give it to Cliff Hughes. People, we have data come up in this update. You understand me I say? But before we go there, so people, if you don't say time come, leave a like on this video and type time come in the comment section. Leave a like on this video and type time come in the comment section. Also, remember to share the content so it can go to a wider audience so we can get to the undecided voters them out there. Alright? So people, bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. I hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful day. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. Leave a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and turn on the post notification bell for new content. Alright? Make we run the intro and come back. We soon forward. Time come. So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewers, first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. Share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Share it on your social media platform. And people, remember, we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. We are almost there, my viewers and my subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, now is the right time for you to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell for new content. Become a part of the community. Become a part of the family. Alright? Subscribe. So my viewers and my subscribers, this video today, me I go start it off with our next Prime Minister. And if you all agree that Mark Golding will be our next Prime Minister, I want to like and share the video. If you all agree that Mark Golding will become our next Prime Minister, then like the video right now and share the video as well. as well as subscribe as well, people. Alright? Because me know for sure that Mark Golding will become our next Prime Minister. He will become a much better leader than Andrew Holness, because Andrew Holness definitely cannot walk in Mark Golding's shoes. Mark Golding were chosen by God to lead his people in the right direction, to get back his people on track, to get back Jamaica to become a God-fearing country. Not one where Andrew Holness turned this country into a demonic country where him legalize obia and him legalize all sort of nastiness in our country. We have to pray past that and give Mark Golding the chance that God wants us to give him. Now, people, when you look at Mark Golding's vision and the plans where Mark Golding have for the people of Jamaica, including our nurses and teachers and police officers, our civil workers, and all of them people, where Andrew Holness sideline, put aside and put himself before them. Mark Golding have a great plans for each and every one of them. Mark Golding have a great plan for Jamaica, and Mark Golding have the plan for Jamaica to go back in the right direction. In the right direction, and come out of this wall where Andrew Holness stuffed the country in. Come from under this bandage where Andrew put the country in. But people, check out this video from Mark Jefferson Golding.
Investment in human development must be the key. It must be the key. And when it comes to education, the People's National Party's conviction remains the same. Education, education, education is at the top of our priority list. We are committed to building an education system that is inclusive, equitable, and excellent. Bold steps and real investment are needed to ensure that every child from the earliest years through to tertiary education has the opportunity to succeed. We have the plan and we are ready. Today, I reaffirm our party's commitment to excellence in education. Our approach to early childhood development will provide performance-based incentives for early childhood facilities to give them additional resources to improve standards. At the primary and secondary levels, we will implement a comprehensive program that is targeted and provides targeted support to each aspect of the curriculum. Expanding access to tertiary education is also a critical part of the mix. I have long advocated for the removal of guarantors for student loans, a policy that this government has eventually adopted, and it was a significant step forward. And we are in full support of that, because we put the interests of Jamaican people first. But as the party of ideas and implementation, we must take this further. We believe education must not be a burden of debt, but a bridge to a better future. We will make student loans more borrower-friendly. Graduates will only begin to repay their student loans once they are employed, and their monthly payments will be capped at an affordable percentage of their monthly income. Teachers are the backbone of the education system, and we must show that we truly value our teachers, and we must do whatever is necessary to persuade them to stay in our education system. A student loan forgiveness program will be provided to our teachers based on their years of service in the system. And what we have in mind is that 1 year of payments on their student loan will be forgiven for every year that they remain employed in the public education system.
Now, these great ideas that Mark Golding have in the people, we the people have to put these ideas out there so the people can see it, Because when you check it out, the mainstream media will not put out these things so you all can see it. So these speech from Mark Golding will just go last. Like many other great speech that Mark Golding made to the people of Jamaica will go in vain because nobody put them out. It's like them a shelf them a hide them. So we, the people, have to make sure we make the message reach each and everyone out there. Because the message from Andrew Wallace is such a corrupted and lie message where it does corrupt the mind of the people. But people, big and serious, if you don't like Mark Golding's message, then go ahead, people, and leave a like on this video. Give it a thumbs up. And let me know down below in the comment section. Alright? Now, Damian Crawford were on Cliff Hughes channel when Damian Crawford did this to Cliff Hughes. People, check it out.
The Prime Minister has been hammered. Yes? You guys have been beating him on this matter. For the better part
as
of
he
what?
would if this matter was on our side as well.
On his side.
Yes.
If it was the shoes were on the other,
was on the other foot,
they would be.
Yes.
And therefore, we have to take into consideration, where else does he turn? If he feels that he has really been the victim of a hard-done job.
Yes.
Where else does he turn?
That's what I'm saying. The ball is in the court. The court now must quickly move because it's a matter of not just interest but public importance.
Right.
Because the politicians must also know that there is no cover under the court for any long period of time.
Sure.
So anybody that feels injured should have that final activity, that final effort.
Right.
The Integrity Commission can't be left unrefereed. So therefore that is a reasonable end. But it can't be that you get a 6-month reprieve so I think that where we are now is that the court should quickly convene, should then make a statement, and that the Prime Minister and the Jamaica Labour Party should from now indicate if the judges are PNP or not. It shouldn't be that after the outcome now you hear that the judges are PNP too. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore we need
didn't do that.
We need a previous declaration.
No,
because that is the modus operandi. Once it is not in their favor, the practitioners are now PNP. Now for a party that have 49 to 14, I don't know how so many people are PNP. You understand? The results of the last election don't show that. But everybody that is not in their favor and every outcome that is not in their favor.
But certainly, Senator, you know that based on how we conduct our politics over the decades, that's the tribal reaction.
But there's also...
That's a tribal instinctive reaction.
But the tribal reaction...
If somebody rules against your political interest, you blame them, you tag them with the opposition.
I don't look for malice unless I don't see logic.
No, you don't do it, but we know that happens here.
Yes,
by the populace.
The leaders are the ones that are leading the pronouncements, the accusations of political practitioners, when many of them were chosen by these leaders themselves. So a person cannot be hamstrung. You know what I fear now? That the Integrity Commission might feel hard-pressed to go and try and find one PMP to make it don't look like they are really that. But you understand? So we have to be careful, as I say, what we destroy in the society. I can't control the 300,000 JLP and 300,000 PMP that say what they want. But the leaders can't diminish the credibility of all institutions that don't find in their favor. Of course, you'll feel aggrieved. Right? I can only be accused of illicit impoverishment. I don't have any access to money, right? But I would feel aggrieved if I was accused.
Illicit impoverishment.
yeah, that's me, right? I stupidly spend
So we're going to take a break, and after the break, we're going to talk education with Senator Damian Crawford. He's the opposition. So, education.
Yeah.
Myriad of issues. And I've seen, read your thoughts.
Thank you.
On a number of the issues, problems in education. Question of numeracy, literacy, funding, security, socialization, teacher retention. You have sought to write about them.
Yes.
Yes. And we invited you here this morning to sit down and to go through them
Yes, sir.
in
Thank you.
some detail.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, we have to
Which
start
one you
with
consider the most pressing one?
Well, I think the first place we must start is that what is the problem? Because the solution exists by comparing what is desired and what is the problem. So what is the problem is that we have 82% of our children not achieving the desired outcome after an 11-year experience. And the desired outcome is 5 subjects, including math and English. So the most recent have 18% having 5 subjects, including math and English. And so 82% did not achieve that outcome. It would be the same as the US saying 82% didn't get a GED. So therefore, that is a major problem.
And you're saying 82% of the grade 11 cohort,
Yes.
those who would have started at grade 7, by the time they get
Well,
to
they would have
grade
started
11,
at grade 1.
grade 1.
So we have been investing in them from grade
fair
1.
enough, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that only 18,
Only
of the
18.
100
Yeah.
are getting the basic, what we consider to be the
The basic outcome that
that is desirable. What's happening to the remaining 82%?
Well, they are just falling out of the system. They don't matriculate for university. It is so bad that the police force is having difficulty finding people with mathematics. So they now start to ask for a number
The
of
whole
subjects.
country, by the way, not only the police force.
Right. But it just, if your police force can't find recruits, and math is a subject of logic. That is why persons ask for it. It's supposed to prove thinking ability, reasoning ability, problem-solving capacity. And so if you can't find sufficient persons with that, right? And when we looked at the result, 33% passed mathematics in Jamaica, but the Caribbean was also having a problem. Of that 33%, we reverted to look at what they got in PEP, so the 2017 PEP. And these kids were, I think, 61% numeracy. And then when you go back, 61% proficiency in the PEP, and 44% proficiency in the PEP, and 61% numeracy in the 4th grade. So therefore, they were never high performing. But when we look at the grade 1 number,
hold on, let me make sure we get those numbers. So you're saying at grade 1,
yes,
in numeracy,
grade 4, numeracy,
grade 4,
what 61% achieved numeracy of this age cohort.
Yes.
So at that time, 61% was
right.
numeracy.
And by the time they got to PEP, 2 years
they were
later,
44% proficiency.
They had fallen
yes.
to 44%.
Because some people argue that a numeracy test isn't an efficient and effective test of numeracy. Because a lot of it is then based on memory, more so than actual numeracy. So we have always seen a fall off between the 4th grade and the 6th grade outcomes. And people believe that is a testing methodology more so than the child's capacity. Because even when you look at the grade 1s this year, high mastery was very equivalent to the grade 1s. So we had 2,800 high mastery, and then you had about 2,600 grade 1s in mathematics. So it seems as if we don't have the person to person, because I don't have that data to say Cliff got high performance, high proficiency, and now he got grade 1. But that number seems to be in correlation.
And grade 1 would be at the CSEC level.
So there's a similar number of persons. What I, however, found to be concerning was about 8,000 of the children that did PEP did not do CXE. So whether they never reached there or they never qualified for
migrated, dropped out of the system, whatever.
Right. So and we don't have that level of
that's 8,000 of a cohort of about how many?
Of about 37,000.
37,000.
So we are looking at
about 20%.
No,
just a little more than 20%.
Right. All right, so I could do the maths. 10% would be 3,600. So if you're looking at 8,000, that is times 2. So yeah, about 22%. Did not make it to do 6.
Right.
Now, I don't know if they're migrated to better pastures or whatever. I don't know if they're at the stoplight, because we do see some of that age cohort. But also, UNESCO had told us that 6,000 young girls get pregnant each year.
In Jamaica?
In Jamaica. Have a baby under the age of 15. So,
up to when? Oh, that was at what?
That report came out in 2001, and they said in the last 10 years that we had 60,000.
Oh.
So therefore, if you in 2021, sorry, so in the last 10 years. So what that means, therefore, is that if you look at age 6 to 16, using that number, we would have had about 60,000 children that are children of
children.
Children. You understand? So you can see how both from the poverty standpoint and everything come in.
So get back to the point the trajectory we're on.
Right.
In terms of the performance now.
Right.
At the CSEC level, how the numbers are falling.
Right. So they're at 18% getting the 5 subjects, including math and English. So what we did then is to understand what could be the reason for this. And so the literature, the research speaks to the achievement gap. Unfortunately, most of the research is US-based and developed country-based, because we don't invest in our universities in the way that will allow them to do some of these research. And we as a government don't facilitate policy research by paying them to do so. When I went to the EU, myself and Perennial Charles...
So the faculties of education and at the university is not doing that?
They're not being engaged sufficiently to do these things. It takes resources, it takes access to data, so they're not being engaged. There was a department of research, so statin might exist, but it's not going in the in-depth conversations that we need. So the achievement gap is when there's one group that is doing much better than another group to a statistically significant level. So when you do a research set to the 5% level, etc. So if you look at it, the top 20% of Jamaican schools are getting 82% chance of 5 subjects. And the bottom 20% is getting 2.3% chance of 5 subjects. So clearly there is a gap. And we all know what Campion is, and we all know what Denham Town is. Not seeking to discredit Denham Town, but just the reality of the outcomes.
In fact, Denham Town is improving.
Very much so, and Joe Matalan has been investing.
Yes, they're improving.
But the fact is they're still not at 10% at this particular point in time, getting 5 subjects.
Yeah.
So this is the achievement gap, and there are some reasons that have been highlighted why a Campion student is likely to do better than a Denham Town student, and it starts from birth.
Yeah.
So the what they call the stimulation gap. So the stimulation gap is the fact that many children are not stimulated in the first 1,000 days. And Royal Reed was talking about this a lot before he had to leave. So in the first 1,000 days, 80% of your brain functioning is developed. But most Jamaicans don't even think about school until they are in basic school, which is age 3. So it's after the first 1,000 days. And many don't even, age 3 is still just a caretaking methodology, not a teaching system. Yeah. So therefore, the stimulation gap is one of those things where their brain has developed, they're not exposed to the number of words, their vocabulary is limited, and their brain function.
So the last thing we're going to talk about inside of this update, people, is the SSL drama. Oh, remember the SSL drama where Usain Bolt lose how much million US dollar, over 12 million US dollar, and whole heap of other people lose their money. And the other day it came out in the media where Andrew Wallace pull out 147,000 US dollar from out of SSL just before the whole drama start, and them say the SSL crash. Now up till today, Bolt still don't hear nothing about his money, but Bolt had dropped some little hint on the internet, like him definitely know who take his money and all of that, and Bolt I want them to bring back his money. Now somebody speak on the matter, and I'm going to let you hear what this person have to say, people. So leave a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. Until then, big up on yourself. Enough love, enough respect. I'm out.
So SSL has come up again, and you know, it's been about 3 years now or 2 years, and really haven't heard anything much. I mean, you arrest somebody, they go to jail. Are they still in jail? Were they bailed? You know, are they out? Did anybody else get arrested? Did anybody else go to jail? Just questioning, just asking. I mean, heard this thing count earlier about Usain Bolt and his money, and he's frustrated. Well, we'll all be frustrated, but due respect to Usain and everybody, Jamaica only really insures, banks only insure, I think $1 million or something like that. 1 point something million is what's protected. So if you have 100 million in the bank, or 50 million or 10 million, and the bank falls, as far as I know, that's dead. You'll only get what's insured, which is the million, Jamaican or something like that. So we all take a chance when we put our money in the banks. So when we put our money in investments, not sure what the insurance is for that, and it depends on the level of investment. You know, what's the risk factor? Is the risk factor high, that if you lose, then you just lose? We don't know. So I think we need to know the money, what money was in there, what type of investment was it, what was the terms and conditions of the investment, because we can't just blame government. I mean, everybody just keeps blaming government, whichever government it is, whether it's the PNP or the GLP, you can't just keep blaming government. You know, I take my money and I put it at whoever, Mayberry, Barita, SSL, wherever I want to invest it, Sagicor, and it goes. So somebody takes it, steals it, they lose it. What happens? Who do I turn to? I don't know if SSL is owned by the government. It might be under the scrutiny of some government institutions, but do they really know everything? If somebody really wants to swingle your money and take it, it's not that hard if they're in charge of certain back end, you know. So we need to know that, and with due respect again, you know, if I have 5 million or 6 million US, where am I going to put it with one company? Something must have happened or told me to do so. I put $1 million here or 2 million over there, I buy some places over here, and I invest it wisely, and I invest it where I'm not taking that risk to throw everything one time into this, now I call it a scheme, because who ran SSL, you know, who was the manager at that time, who was in charge at that time, how many people got out their money, you know, what insurance was there to pay out, was there enough insurance to cover everybody, you know. This is the question I ask, and I could have been stuck in it. I could have had $1 million in it, 2 million Jamaican, I could have had 50,000, I don't know what I could have had. And just like Cash Plus, just like David Smith, whatever happened to that? David Smith spent time, did anybody get back their money? Maybe only people that were so close to him. And what happened to them? Because they got their money back and everybody got screwed. So Cash Plus, what happened to Cash Plus? How many people were in Cash Plus? Now I hear the man is got off and there was nothing fishy about it. And, well, where is the money? Where was the money? Who got paid? What happened to that money that people were invested into Cash Plus? You know? And there's so much other ones that I can't even think about. So was SSL an investment firm? Was it a scheme? Was it a pyramid? Was, you know, how long was this going on? Who is being investigated? Who has served time? Who is on bail? What is the investigation? Was there insurance? Is there enough to cover everybody's loss? Who is paying it? Can't be the government wasn't insured, is not insuring these losses. If anybody from the government got their money back, when was it got back? Was it before it crashed? Was it after it crashed? So these are the questions. So you're saying, but I would ask these questions. I'd hire a rated lawyer, a team of lawyers, and I would dig, and I would want to know the simple thing. Who got their money back before? Who got their money back after? How much insurance was there? What is the agreement with your investment that you put in? What was the risk factor? If it went down, how much would you get back? Just little things like that, you know. Who are the investigators on the ground? Because I understand you had a lot of money in there. And I feel it for you. Because you work so damn hard for that money and you've created another brand for Jamaica. But who is going to find 5-6 million US and just give you back? So something had to go wrong. Somebody had to be accountable, and then you take it from there. And then look at the terms and conditions of what you signed. Look at SSL. I see the building empty. I don't know if somebody in there. It should be sold. Every asset should be sold. Were they sold? Who is the receivers? Have they collected any money back? And how much money has been paid out already? And why are you saying don't get some of that? Just my 2 cents.